Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I guess this is going to be sort of like a new reinvent myself channel. I am Val, and thank you to anybody who come across this video or who tapping in. Please subscribe because boy, do I have a message for you guys. Yes. We all are here trying to invent ourselves on YouTube. But the thing about it, I've been taken back to a message that I received back in 2013. I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to give you this message, and then I'm going to relay a up-to-date story to you to let you know that these energies of God that is out here, I said energies, that are out here is moving through the land. God is moving through the land, and God is moving through the people right now. It's something like a vibrational type of energy that you got to tap into, that you got to get on, and you just got to ride that wave. So the message that I'm trying to convey is that Doe Dash is riding that wave of God because she's showing up. And God is using her, that energy is using her to put words out, to encourage people, to pull people out of their disillusionment, to pull people out of disadvantages, like of that poor mindset, like I'm going to give up today. I can't do this. Nobody is going to listen to me. Yeah, I was in that mindset. I still am a little bit, because I've been on YouTube for some years now, and I really never really worked my channel. But we ain't going to talk about me. We're going to talk about how God, this energy, this wave that Doe Dash is on, is how God is encouraging her, is using her, and she's helping the people, the baby boomers. She's helping the people that come across her video. If you come across a video, you might want to tap in, people. Doe Dash. DOUGHDASH. She's a DoorDasher, a ex-DoorDasher. She has monetized her videos where she do not have to get out of her bed and work from sun up to sundown. See, that's the key to this whole thing. To get your channel monetized without having to go into these different type of markets and spend all your energy there all day. And God is using her, and she's helping other YouTubers, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's a beautiful thing. I have to give her props, and I have to say I love you, Doe Dash. Thank you, because I came across your video in the beginning. I kept scrolling. I'm like, oh, just another YouTuber, just another person out here just wanting money from you. Lining their pockets, like, I could help you do this, I could help you grow your channel, but you got to subscribe, get into my class for X amount of money a month. And I'm like, I'm sick and tired of that. I've done that with all these other, healers and teachers out here. I've spent a lot of money out here, and now I know it's about you and what's inside of you. It's all about you and how you got to tap into that godly energy. Now, let me go back to you real quickly, and I'm going to tell you a story. One time I was living with groups of people, right? My family members, okay? So it was way back in the day when, we was just living here, and we just didn't give a darn, you know what I'm saying? And we was arguing back and forth, right? So I got into a little slight, argument. I think it might have been with my niece. I think so. I can't remember. But anyway, I went to church. This is when I was an avid church-going person. You know what I'm saying? So I went to church. I was mad as heck. Okay, so I'm sitting there. I wasn't hearing nothing that the apostle had to say. Nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing. I was just sitting up in that church just fuming. That's how mad I was, y'all. Then I get a little word that says, I don't know if it was that same day, later on, or what. I can't remember. But the word that came said, I can't use you. I can't come to you. I can't help you if you are sitting here in this church. You are sitting here and you angry at the world. You angry at these people. You just an angry individual. I can't use that type of energy. Because right now, you're here in this church, and this is a place of love. This is a place of new beginnings. This is a very highly spiritual, place, right? But you sitting here angry. How can I use you? How can I come to you with that negative energy? With your madness. Say, get yourself straight. I'm not going to be able to use you. And that word, that kind of turned me around a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute now. And like I said, at the time, I was like loving. I love God. I love, Jesus. That's just, where I was with this here. But I'm going to tell you now, God will come to you, bring people to you. But it's up to you to realize that these are the people that God is using to influence you. So that is what's taking place with DoDash. I'm going to try to make this in short. So she's very inspirational, and she just shows up just like she is, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And I like that, and I thank you. You don't have to have all these fancy thumbnails, which I don't have fancy thumbnails anyway, because I'm just Val. I'm just doing these videos, and I'm not going to spend all that extra money into all of that because I don't see a need for it for as I'm concerned. I don't see a need to be all elaborate. That's not my goal right here. My goal is just to come on here and talk to you. Come on here and try to put some information out that can help the next fellow YouTuber. That's my goal. So I don't know about you, but I want to be used by this godly energy. I want to ride them waves also. So, that's my story. But let me give you a follow-up. I'm here in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, guys, okay? So I was questioning things. I'm like, okay, God, this God energy, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can go out way out there, into that expansion of that mind, so, but yeah, hear me out, okay? I kept questioning. I'm saying, okay, God, I don't get it. I don't understand this here movement. I don't understand some of these things on earth. I'm like, I see people excel, but they excel on the backs of some of the lesser man like myself, who we keep paying for this information. We keep paying, and this stuff is not improving us. And they keep coming back, and we keep steadily paying. As I do not understand some of the things on this earth. I do not understand the hate on this earth. So I'm like questioning. I'm like, are you real? Do you exist? Or this just a made up? Things are made up, even though I know that I'm using God because that's how people refer to this divine overall energy, infinite energy as of God. So I use that term God. So people understand what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, this Hurricane Helena came, right? I said, it devastated North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, some parts of Georgia, even some parts of here. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, right? And if it had came just a tad little bit more, then this building I'm in might not be sitting here. I'm going to be straight up with you. Actually, I was outside recording it and didn't realize that I was in the midst of it around 5:30 that morning, or 5:45, recording this whole Helena, when she came through. But I'm going to do another video because after she came through, some things changed. Okay, and so you got to tap in and hit that like button and subscribe. But I took a few notes, y'all, because I want y'all to get this whole story. And like I said, I thank you, DoDash, because right now God is using her. God said, I use the people throughout the land. I'm using the people who's picked up on this energy that's throughout this land, that I know that has a pure heart, and they want to, help the people. And the people that have been down, the last is coming to be first. And she is one of those last that is getting ready to be first. She's the one of the ones that has been touched with this gold and the silver of this energy of God. And that's facts, people. That's real facts. Y'all share this video so other people can see this. God is moving through her because God want to be seen through her. Because she's helping people. I have not seen any negative side about her since I've been on this YouTube. I have not seen her ask nobody for anything. But I've seen where people ask her for her cash app or ask her. See, and that's the way God moved. That's how God moved. It shouldn't be in the same thing to come up off the backs of the people and don't help the people. You shouldn't be in this or any type of environment like that, because you're going to get dealt with. I'm here to tell you right now. God done dispatched his angels. These angels has been dispatched upon this land. They've been dispatched. And now they are realizing that God is using them. So are you going to be a vessel? Are you going to be a vessel for God to use you so you can be elevated? That's where I'm at with it. But let me get back to this message. I might have been all over here. I'm sorry, but I kept questioning, are you here? Are you real? I don't get this. Thank you. See, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm like, you ain't real. Look what took place with all these hurricanes. Where are all these hurricanes coming from? Why these people are poor out here on the street? Why these babies and everything are being taken advantage of? All these children are being kidnapped. Why? Look at me. I ask you over and over, practically, begging you for help in my finances. And it's like I have not received no help. I can't get any help. All I get is my little, monthly check, and I can't live off of that. I need help, right? So I'm like, what's going on? Like, why do people got to just work and work? And I went to bed that night. I was like in a questionable phase. I needed answers. I said, I don't want to turn my back totally. You know what I'm saying? Knowing I'm just living here. Is there some type of divine help? Is there the ancestors, these godly angels, the spiritual team? Is there somebody there that could give us a hand, that could show us some information, that could point us and point a direction like they say we got? I have to question these things, you know what I'm saying? So the next day, I got up. This is a true story, y'all. I went to Earth Fair grocery to pick up a few packages, right? So I get to the register. I'm going to try to make this short, guys. I get to the register. I done filled the buggy up. And I forgot that I had stopped previously at another store and had used some of the funds that I had for the groceries. You know what I'm saying? You get a certain age, your mind just be dwindling and you in lack and you be all over the place. But anyway, you forget things, okay? So I got there. I was pulling out, running, just running the tab up. Okay. I was over almost $40-some. And I'm like, okay, so now I said, we got to, as the clerk began to, ring me up, she rung me up. I went over $40, okay? So, okay, I said, well, I don't really need this here. I don't really need that. I'm like, take it off. So we began to take it off. And this lady came up to pay for her products, right? Her groceries, her package. She said, looked at me, and she looked to see what we were doing. She was a pale lady. It doesn't, when it come to me, when it, come to this color thing. I don't get into all that, you know. If you're good and you're nice, that's the vibration I'm on with you. You know what I'm saying? So she came up and she saw what was taking place, and she said, no. She said, let her keep her packages. She said, whatever she can't pay for, she said, I'll pay for her the leftover balance. So I looked at her, and I looked at dead square in her eyes, and I said, why? So she looked me square back in my eyes and said, why not? She said, isn't that why we're here, to help each other? Ooh, chills went down through my body. And I said, yes. And I said, thank you. I was wondering if I was the only one who on this earth who was feeling that type of energy, that we are here to help each other. So I thanked her. And she asked me my name. I gave her my name. And I asked her name. She gave me her name. So we gave each other sister love hug. You know what I'm saying? So she paid for the remaining balance. So at that moment, the question that I was asking this godly energy is, where God? Why you don't ever show up when people need you to show up? But guess what? That was my answer right there. God showed up. God showed through that lady. So the thing is, you never gonna see no God, guys. God is using the people. God is using the people with the good hearts to help each other while they are here. I hope you get an understanding what I'm saying. You never gonna see no God per se. The people, God is in you. You have to activate these God genes and know this, that you can be used also to help the people, but you got to open up your heart space. And so I left there and I went to the Dollar Tree. Same thing. There's this another lady. She was another pale-skinned lady. I was sitting in my car about to get out. Man, she drove up just waving at me. I'm like, I don't know this lady. Who is this lady? Boy, she was just waving at me, smiling, that big old smile on her face. She hopped out of her car. She said, are you all right? I said, yeah. She said, do y'all need anything? I said, no. I said, we good. I said, we got hit. We don't have any power just like everybody else. She said, okay, I'm just, I had to check. That's another person that God is using also. Humble thyself. Get yourselves humbled so God, that energy could come in. Provoke that energy of love, peace, understanding. So God could come in and use you also. But thank you, Dove Dash, because God is truly using her. Guys, I cannot use you in no bad, in no negative energy space. Get your mind right. Move up. Move out of the depression. Move out of everything that has been done to you. You got to release it. You got to come up now, because God, this energy, is moving through the land. It's been moving through the land for a few years, but you got to catch up with it. You got to ride that wave, guys. But this is a true story, and I'm sorry, it took me so long. So he said, like, in other words, let me read. God says, I have to be seen through the people. I have released my prophets throughout the land. And right now, the prophets that came here, the real true prophets, not these fake ones, the real true prophets that came, that was put here, is now being released. And that's a possibility that Dove Dash might be one of those prophets. For right, I haven't seen anything negative in her. All I've seen is helpful. But anyway, that's my little word, and I'm going to try to keep this thing going, guys. Like I said, sometimes my videos, I may go all out there in that mind, expansion, because I question things. That's who I am. I was put here to question things. I was put here for a reason also. But we're going to see how this go. I'm going to keep uploading my videos. I'm going to show up. But thank you, guys, and I'm going to catch you in the next one, okay? Peace.